episode 465 of the Phase on View podcast, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the content. On the road to 500. Nothing is possible without you guys. Nothing is possible without you. So shout out to the supporters and all the lovers, man. Hey, much love to you guys, and continue to support, and I'll support you as well, man. Hey, follow on all social media platforms. We are live. Let's get it. Hey, man, let's start off right. Or controversial, however you want to frame this. But right or wrong, y'all, right or wrong. Women faces 10 years in prison after selling baked goods made with food stamps. Now, when I first seen this, I thought that very excessive. Very excessive. You have so many people doing God knows what each and every day and getting less time. And from how I seen it, it's like, yeah, people can see it as, oh yeah, you trying to get over the system, but she is making the goods herself. And also, why y'all trying to knock her hustle? This is what I don't like. Y'all knocking her hustle. And you can sit here and say that that's not what it's for. You don't know if she's making those goods for also her family and herself as well too. Yeah, she's making profit off of it, but also at the end of the day, that is not exactly what it was intended for. So they're looking at her in some type of way and giving her 10 years. That's just truly excessive, bro. Like, I just feel like in these certain circumstances where I'm just trying to get it, like I don't think people out there should be after me for making a hard work living. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling goods, and then especially in this economy and society today, bro, you got to get it how you live. You got to hustle in certain type of ways. And yes, that should be legal, but I didn't see anything illegal in this situation. Now, I could be wrong. You know, this is everybody's opinion, but am I right or wrong in this? Women facing 10 years in prison after selling baked goods with food stamps. Is she right or is she wrong? Should they give her that time, or should they just, you know what I'm saying, like let her be? You feel me? Like even if, say for instance, she even got time, 10 years is so excessive to me. Like, I don't understand how they, how you even gauge something like that, but I feel like that's excessive. And I feel like, bro, if she's out here hustling, bro, like, and she's actually making and also putting in the work to make these products as well too, bro, like, nah, bro, let shawty live, bro. Man, you got people doing God knows what each and every day. You got so many corrupt people out here, people that, that are supposed to be for us, that are very corrupt, and they don't see jail time at all. But she making an honest living, she's hustling, and y'all trying to lock her up for 10 years. I think that's wrong. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know out there if that's right or wrong. I just don't like certain situations like that. We already live in tough environments, tough situations. And I've always said this. I don't care what you do as far as if it's legal, as long as you are hustling, providing for your family, bro. I don't care job. I hate people that's job shamed or hustle shamed. You feel me? And however you get to it is how you get to it. Like, it's hard out here, regardless of anything. And if somebody is working hard and doing their hard labor to make something and do something, I don't think that should be held against him, bro. I truly don't. And food stamps are to actually help people that are actually in need of it. She's in need of it, and she made a hustle out of what she made something out of nothing, essentially. So, like, what do you want her to continue to starve and continue to live in this certain type of way? Like, I see how they probably seeing it. You're getting benefits, you're making money, I got it, but also too, like, dang, bro, we can't get no type of advantage at all. It's messed up. It really is. In terms of, we just talking about right or wrong. In terms of, man, right, this is all the way right, man. Billionaire Mackenzie Scott donates $63 million to Morgan State University, man. Round of applause and shout out to her, because she has been, man, she's a billionaire, but she is spending her money on nothing but charitable things and just giving to the people and giving back. And I love. And I love people that do, it's no right or wrong if you have your wealth and riches. Who's to say what you should do with your money? But this is an example in somebody that's actually spending their money to actually benefit and give back to people. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she became a billionaire off of Jeff Bezos. She was the married to Jeff Bezos for a good while, and she got almost like not half his fortune, but a good part of his fortune. And since that's happened, You know, she didn't want to just rely on his money or, you know, just want to be a part of that, you know, and just be one of those people that's just chasing and trying to get money. No, I'm actually going to put my money to something that I actually believe in and things that actually can make a change. So shout out to Mackenzie Scott, because this is not the first time, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last time we see her in headlines doing something positive for the community, man. Like this just brings a smile to my face, because you have a lot of people in certain situations that may not even have the ability to go to school or certain things like that, or have certain facilities around. So like this is beneficial to the communities, and also, you know, now, like, just for this example, like in Morgan State, you know, you have these young kids riding around and thinking certain things are not possible, but now you get a glimpse of it. Now you see these nice facilities and stuff like that. This could be your life. You feel me? So like I think that's just a dope thing that she's done, and I just want to give her kudos on that, man, for sure. Let's go to music, y'all. Let's go into music. Recently, Brandy apologizes to Chicago fans as she had a health scare on stage, and she walked out mid performance. But that just goes to show, bro, you never know what anybody going through. No matter if they a celebrity, entertainer, whatever, bro. You never know the anxiety or things that's happening behind closed doors with these people. You know, and I do understand the fans too. I paid my hard-earned money. I expect a performance. I expect at least a reimbursement if the artist I came in for can't finish the show or didn't fulfill all the obligations of the show. I got that too. I see both sides in that, but just like condolences and prayers to Brandy, because you don't know. And then you see so many situations that happen, like where, like even with D'Angelo's situation, we never know he had cancer. So you just never know. And also, like, taking it in that just because they're a celebrity or a figure, they're still human. They're still people. And on the flip side of that too is that if you're having a show as well too, you know, like just take account for the fans too, because also without the fans, you don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're not anything without the fans. You know, they come out there and support. With that support, it feeds you at night. And I'm not saying Brandy did anything on purpose or anything of that nature. But, you know, shout out to Brandy and Monica, the boys' mind. It is a great thing to see them on stage together, to see them on tour after all the, you know, the things that they have gone through in the past. And I love to see that nowadays, bro. Like, let bygones be bygones. I recently seen Gucci, like, on the interview, on multiple interviews, Big Facts and Breakfast Club, just, you know, having a conversation about Jeezy and having a conversation about the verses, and how, you know, being honest, how Jeezy, you know, in that situation where things got heated on stage, how he stepped up as a man and, you know, calmed things down and let cooler heads prevail. But just seeing something like that happening and them coming together, you know, people are going to look how they look at it. You know, people that from the streets, they may not condone it, they may not like that they happen, but we had to break the cycle at some point. And also too, like, time can heal all wounds. So, like, you know, y'all don't, and that's my thing too, if y'all don't have to be the best of friends, y'all don't have to be friends at all. You know, you just seen this thing with the Thug and Lucci. You see beefs that happened decades and decades you never thought they would stop. But at some point, the cycle has to stop, and we got to stop being the cause of our, you know, deaths in our own communities. So, like, at some point, you know, like, the chain reaction, somebody's got to be mature. Like I just said, you don't have to be buddy, but I can go somewhere and know that, you know, my life not in danger. Like, I'm moving that way. So it's like, I love seeing that as far as Brandy and Monica being on tour together. But as far as just the fans getting their money back and stuff like that, I understand them being upset. And I hope, you know, they get their money back for that. But all in all, let's just pray that Brandy's good. You know what I'm saying? More in music, Mario receives backlash after how he talked to a videographer while he was on stage performing. So Mario was on the stage performing. The videographer was kind of like on his right side, and the videographer was like not too close to him, but Mario, you know, kind of, he let him know to back up first, and then he had said something again to him, and then, like, as the videographer was like about to exit the stage, Mario got real aggressive with him and did too much. And one thing the internet gonna do that I do respect, if you out of line, you know what I'm saying, if you truly out of line, they will humble you. You know, Mario's an amazing performer, singer, and he's never been a problematic dude at all. But in this case, like, I got what people were saying is that, like, bro, you haven't, you know what I'm saying, you haven't been as relevant in a long time as far as your popularity. It's a blessing to still have fans and still have people that come out, because we honestly, we do see that, bro. We see acts that were great in the past, but you know, nowadays just things are rocky. But Mario does have a good fan base, but also too, like, you always got to remain humble, bro. Like, that's very important. You know, they always say, you know, be mindful and careful to the ones who you talk to and present yourself to on the way up, because on the way down, you know what I'm saying, if you wasn't nice to people, you wasn't kind to people, it's going to be reflective. So, like, I just don't want to see that situation happen with Mario. Mario, man, great singer, great performer as well too. And he it could be definitely be deemed as a legend, but also too, it doesn't matter in these circumstances, because the videographer, guess what, he has a job just like you too. I mean, it's a blessing for the videographer to even be there recording you as well too. You know what I'm saying? You have longevity and consistency in your career, but also too, think about, it's 2025 and the climate is different musically. So, you know, thankfully you have people that support you and love you. You know what I'm saying? That's just real. So, like, the human aspect got to kick in as well too, and just realizing that everybody have a job. This videography is up there for you, for this event. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to respect it such, because, like, at first I didn't understand what people were saying until I seen the video. I'm like, oh yeah, like, I get how, you know, people can be coming at him, because it's like, bro, all right now, like, he has a job, he's doing what he has to do within his job. Let's not take it too far, because it's a blessing for you to even be on the stage, or even be, you know what I'm saying, have fans. Or so just always remain humble, bro. Like, honestly, always remain humble. That's what it really come down to. Scrappy talks about trauma from his mom inviting strippers to his 14th birthday. So in a recent interview with Scrappy and Mama D, they was discussing how Scrappy discussed how in this certain moment in his life it traumatized him, and it kind of shaped how his life was moving forward. And one thing just about this situation that is key to, like, note is that your upbringing, and also you as a parent, your actions and what you do can affect your child. And it's simple, as plain as that. And you never know what trauma you could bring to your child based off of your actions. So it's always important to be mindful of what you're doing, what's going on, and when you're having your kid around. So in this case, like, you bring strippers to your 14, but like, and that's a double standard as well too. Like, and I think that's something that has to stop as well. I don't think just because you're a guy, or you're a young boy, you shouldn't be exposed to certain stuff. You know, like, we have this double standard where, yeah, we have our little girls, we want to protect them and keep them out of harm's way. And you can't have a boyfriend till you 18, 21, But you got these kids, these young men out here, y'all just allow them to do whatever because they're males. No. And in this certain circumstance right here, you may think this was going to be cool to him or impressionable, but it caused him trauma later in his life, and that maybe had an effect on how he treated women or looked at women. So, like, you being mindful as a parent is very important, especially in the adolescent years with your child. You never know how your actions can impact them and what trauma they're going to hold on to. Because, I mean, I'm sure that she was probably shocked at hearing this, but also look at the landscape and read the room. You bring strippers to a 14-year-old birthday party. Like, what do you expect to happen ultimately? Because now no matter if it's a positive or negative thing, now you put a certain type of connotation in your child's head in regards to looking at women in a certain way. So I do respect Scrappy for bringing that up, because that happens more often than not, that parents traumatize their kids, bro. And, you know, you have kids that really don't express themselves or say anything about it. So I respect him for actually bringing that up and talking about that, because that's one thing we have to continue to do, is advocate for yourself and advocate for things that you didn't feel like that was right when you were growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that is unfair to a lot of children, because they grew up and they do certain things and they have mental lapses, or they have mental issues off of how they grew up, bro. So parents out there, like, take you know what I'm saying, like, take initiative to actually be mindful of what you say, what you do around your kids, and what you expose them to. That's my take on that. My hot take, though. Drew Hill Beauty is the most perfect R&B song ever, bro. I don't care what nobody say. You can argue me down over it, bro. Beauty by Drew Hill, bro. Cisco, the runs he had on that song, bro, and just like the song, and beauty was her name. I can't sing for nothing, y'all. I'm hoping I can. And what really got that song out of it was the ad libs, bro. Oh, bro, Cisco was going crazy, bro. Do not disrespect Drew Hill. That's a group right there that is severely underrated when we sit here talking about R&B, bro. In general, like Drew Hill was one of them ones, bro. Like, and Cisco did his thing solo, but Drew Hill, bro, Drew Hill Beauty, like I can play that every single day, all day, bro. Like that's one of the most perfect R&B songs ever, bro. Like you talking about the value of that song is forever. That one right there, man. Hey, true or false, y'all? True or false? The main character mindset. Yeah, okay. So true or false? The main character mindset today has created a generation of villains. I completely agree. Bro. This like this whole little aura, whole thing around the main character, and I want to be this and I want to be that, bro. It has caused a ripple effect, bro. Like everybody want to be the main character, and guess what that causes? A certain type of ego and pride, and it can create villains out of people because a lot of people want power control. We see it right now, and what's going on in our world right now. I don't even got to mention it. You know what I'm talking about. But that main character type of energy and type of entitlement, as far as like, you know, like, oh yeah, I have to be powerful, I have to control, I have to. You know what I'm saying? That has really caused a lot of chaos in today's world, and it has created a generation of villains. You have the generation of now that think the villains are the heroes. You know what I'm saying? The people that cause chaos, the people that are destructive. You have people that look at them as the heroes nowadays. And I think that is it's a bad blend, and there's something bad that's going to happen behind it. And we kind of see right now that's what's going on in our society. Everything that's going on in our society is related to main character energy. People wanting to be the star. You know, people want to be in the limelight. And with that breeds a level of arrogance, a level of just a power and control and trying to assert your dominance. That main character energy is just not good, bro. It really isn't. And it's creating villains out of a lot of people, bro. It's a lot of the youth out here that's carrying that certain type of energy, bro. Like, I've said this before. Right now, it's more common of somebody backstabbing you than somebody being loyal to you and doing the right thing. And that comes from a certain level of power, control, and arrogance, thinking you can do whatever you want, bro. People out here, let's just call it what it is. People are living out here like it's a video game, bro. This is not GTA. And people are really living like that, and it's a ripple effect. And you see what's going on, and you see how it can cause a divide in everything we have going on within our economy, within our society, bro. Like it's an epidemic going on right now of full of people that just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm him, and I'm arrogant enough to keep on moving how I want to move, and don't care about nothing. They don't care about nothing or what anybody says. You get in their way, bro, you are a problem and you're an enemy. And that's just not good. So I believe within that, true or false, I believe true wholeheartedly, because you also too have a world that's very impressionable. Like I just said about GTA, you have the games out here that not just youngins that all ages are influenced by or impacted by, and that creates a level of, like I said, arrogance. You think you know what I'm saying, you can live out here in the real world and do what you want with no consequences. That's not the real thing. That's not. But don't let other people tell it, man. For real. On to the NFL and sports. Man, oh man, oh man. What a week. Week 7 in the NFL, man. Still some surprising teams out there, man. Shout out to the coach, they getting it done. Hey, give them that credit. Yeah, Indiana Jones out here going crazy out there. So shout out to him. I don't know what happened in that Giants-Broncos game. You give up 33 points in one quarter. I don't want to hear about coaching and adjustments being made. I got that. But also, too, let's put some accountability on the players. You going out there and you got to play. You give up 33 points in the fourth quarter. You have nobody else to look to but yourself. Because it's at the end of the day, your will, your power, what you can control out there on that field. Oh, absolutely not. You can't allow that. And then the whole game you out here winning. And one thing I will say about sports, it's harder to keep a lead than to come back from a lead. It's harder to keep a lead rather than coming back from or coming back down from it. I will say that for sure. Like it's I'm sure because you got momentum. And that's what a lot of teams do now. When they're winning, they get lax. They don't do the same things in which they did or play aggressive in which they did. But it becomes tough as well, too, because when you have the lead, because you want to remain conservative in a certain type of way. You want to burn the clock, but also you still got to remain aggressive. It's tough, but do what you did to get here. I don't understand that in a lot of teams that give up leads. Do what you did to get here. But the Giants blew the lead. Broncos end up winning that game. Another interesting game, of course. I'm a Washington fan. We got blown out, and I'm not happy about it because it's two of our rivals, and you know I hate the Dallas Cowboys. But, hey, let's just call it what it is. We didn't put our best foot forward. We didn't come to play. We have a lot of injuries. These are no excuses because at the end of the day, you lost the game. How I see it, you lost the game, no matter what. But as far as the X's and O's, we do need a stronger receiving core. We do need a stronger defense as far as just being consistent game in and game out. We can sit here and blame Lattimore all day and every day. We all got to come to play. We could point the finger all day we want. But all I will say is just that it's early in the season, but don't get too far behind. We got to start putting games together. Falcons, another surprising team this year. They've been balling. They've been hooping. I didn't get them their credit. The Texans are bad this year. The Rams, I feel like, man, that NFC West division, y'all, is that's one of the ones. NFC West and I think NFC South. NFC West, all of them are 5-2 from my understanding as far as the Rams, the 49ers, etc. They all doing their thing. And then you go to the other division with the NFC South. You got the Lions, you got the Bears, the Packers. Hey, it's tough out there. It's tough competition. This year, I really don't know who is going to come out the AFC or NFC. This is one of those years that I feel like it's going to be a couple random teams as well in there. As far as like the other teams, it was some good games this week. Not many blowouts, a lot of good games just in general, but nothing that was like very surprising to me. One thing I hate seeing is teams that just can't get it together and have a backup quarterback that can't get it together. Carson Wentz turn over the ball. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm interested in seeing what the rest of the year holds for, the NFL because it's a toss-up right now. I really don't have a dark horse. I know the Lions, they have amazing talent over there because Gibbs, bro, I haven't seen a player that fast since Tyreek and Chris Johnson. As far as a running back, Chris Johnson. So if I'm saying Chris Johnson, man, he is that player special. Gibbs got him, bro. He is a special player, special talent. But yeah, y'all let me know who y'all teams in the chat and who y'all want to win out there. Stephen A. and LeBron, bro. Stephen A. and LeBron with this situation, it's crazy to me. But it's been recently a lot of information coming out about LeBron as far as his character and how he is. Westbrook just came out and talked about his experience with the Lakers. Stephen A. talking about, still talking about how he don't like him. But like what this situation just shows me is that like we look at these certain celebrities, we put them in such high regard. You just never know who these people are behind closed doors. And I'm not saying Stephen A. or Russ is right about LeBron's character and who he is. But that's just what it is always. We think we know these people when we see these people on social media or see them out and see them. We don't know these people. You don't know how they are. You don't know how they act. Any of that, bro. Like, so you really got to be mindful of certain things and certain people, bro. And when the energy, honestly, the energy and the people that you stay around, for real. I was going to do a game to this, but I'm gonna just ask the podcast a general question as far as R&B. I'm an R&B head. Y'all tell me who is better than this person. Now I'm gonna say yes or no. I'm gonna keep it simple. So the main person is Neo, and I was thinking about this because I was going down the list of R&B legends around that time that had a run around Neo's time, and who was better and who wasn't. So Neo, I would say. Usher, he's not better than Usher. Not better than C Breezy. But after that, I think Neo got a lot of people. Trey Songz, Neo. Dream, even though the Dream was tough, people sleep on the Dream, Neo. We can go down the list of a lot of R&B acts from the 2000s, 2010s. Hey, people always want to disrespect Neo about, what's going on in his relationship, whatever. I'm talking about strictly music. Neo has wrote for the best of the best. That's John Legend. I got Neo in that. Alicia Keys, that's close. I don't know about that one. We had to go down the list. That actually would be a good versus, Neo versus Alicia Keys. That would be a good versus. But like, we can continue to go down the list as far as the 2000s competition. I don't see a lot of people really musically beating out Neo. Don't forget, bro, about Neo's catalog. Like I said, we get all conflated in our feelings about his personal life, bro. I can care less. That man has hits. That man has hits, bro, for sure. So mom gets a surprise of a lifetime as boyfriend proposes moments after birth. I want to know what the ladies feel about this. So it was a lot of mixed views out there, and I want to know what you guys think about it. My opinion in this is that, hey, you have two life-changing moments in one. Yes, I get how people could say, like, you're taking away from my moment. I just had birth. But also, this is a union. Y'all just had a baby together. I think this is one of the most special moments where you should propose. And also, I think that, like, with the mixed views out there, like, why are we so judgmental and picky about what's going on in somebody else's life in that regard? And then also, too, is like, bruh, be happy about the proposal. Like, that is an accomplishment. That is a feat, bruh. I think we so focus on the negative and think about, how this moment could take away or whatever. Bruh, out of that, that's love. That's what you get out of that situation. That's love, bruh. I think, like, yes, you could have waited. You could have picked a different time. But also, I think it's still lifetime. These are lifetime moments right here. And love right there, bro. Love wins, bro. And then it's like, in my opinion, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, as the male, too. It's like, oh, well, you didn't propose. You didn't want to get married to me. You just wanted to have my baby. But now, no. So now when I propose, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you just had the baby, but now when I propose, it's a problem of the timing in which I did it. Like, what do y'all feel out there, ladies? Like, do y'all think y'all would be good or comfortable with that situation if you were just had a child with your lifetime long boyfriend and he proposes to you moments after you give birth? How would you feel about that situation? Y'all let me know in the chat. Share your feelings, share your thoughts. But I think that's dope, bro. I man, shout out to them, and look, blessings, bro, blessings. You have a wonderful child, healthy child, and now guess what? Y'all are gonna be getting married soon. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. Another amazing episode of the Phase on View podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Much love, y'all.